I'm going to inevitably have to have a title for this video like, "This mod changes everything!" Exclamation point, and then I'll just weep slowly in the corner. But the fact is, the mod does change everything. It's a really big deal. Hey folks, this is BestInSlot. Welcome back to our Jurassic World Evolution 2 Mods of the Week series, or Mods of the Fortnight, I suppose, because we missed last week, because Prehistoric Planet kind of dominated everything. But some very, very exciting stuff to show you this week. There is a sort of hint of it on the screen already, if you have your eyes well peeled, which I've always thought was a fairly disgusting phrase. Imagine peeling an eyeball. No, I don't think I will. Anyways, quick disclaimer, mods can and probably will break your game, especially with that Dominion pack coming out in a couple of weeks. If you've got mods installed at that point, the chances are something might well go wrong, as per usual. If it does go wrong, it's not Frontier's fault. There will inevitably be people talking to Frontier about this. Please don't. Just reinstall your game, or put in your backup that you should be keeping anyway. It's not my fault, and of course it's not the mod maker's fault either. As Modius is back, he's missed you all deeply. I've missed you all deeply, as you can see. And let's get started. So we're going to kick things off with Kai's wee toolbox. And that includes the damage tool, which of course we've showcased before on the channel, and also a brand new move tool, a 3D gizmo-esque move tool, which does what it says on the tin. So here's something I made earlier. And that's just there. That is just, look, it's still a building. There's no path for fairly obvious reasons. But I believe the paths can sometimes work. And it's just there, floating and rotated in the air. So Kaio has done something absolutely freaking crazy. So how we do this is, what we do is we open the tool with N. Boop. There you go. So you can see all these options on the bottom. And then you just kind of, you click the item you want. You can see I can kind of, if I press F for freeform, I can kind of just move it around. You can see the thing sticking there. If you want to, you know, hover it above there, you can do that. I don't know why you'd want to, but maybe you do. Possibilities for this are super, super endless. It's really exciting. So we've got like general movement like that. We've also got advanced moves. So if I hit G and then click it, I can, and then press Y, as you can see, I can, you know, sink it below. We could have like an actual, like a sort of below ground swimming pool kind of thing. So you can put that up there. And if you want to rotate it, you press R, click, and let's go Z. There you go. Or we can hit Y, and you see it's actually still connected. Guests would still be able to enter this, which is kind of mad. Can you hold Y? Yeah, you hold Y, and then it rotates on its side. So, I mean, this is kind of mad. Right? This is crazy. I don't know how they've done this, but in terms of building creativity, in terms of building possibilities, this mod is insane. I'm going to inevitably have to have a title for this video like, "This mod changes everything!" Exclamation point, and then I'll just weep slowly in the corner. But the fact is, the mod does change everything. It's a really big deal. The exciting thing, the possibilities for this is, especially things like rocks. Now, I believe rocks had a problem initially. I don't know if they've been... Can we raise the rock? That is the question. Yeah, okay, so, now I believe the problem in the past was that these would default back to the ground. It seems like Kaio has fixed that. I think he didn't want to upload the mod until that was fixed. So you could build caves, you could build tunnels, you could build literal tunnels that your guests could go through. You don't even have to use the rock, you could use... Okay, I wouldn't recommend using those, but the point is you can use all these different things, and we could, you can just, anything now can be done. Okay, but let's go check out some dinosaurs. So first up, we have a Triceratops replacement. This is Mr. Troidon's Prehistoric Planet mini pack. Now, it does also contain the T-Rex, but I've already showcased the T-Rex twice. I will say it's probably the best of the Rexes. It does look really good, but there's only so many times I can show the T-Rex. But it also includes the Triceratops. And the Triceratops is, you know, obviously from one of my favourite segments personally from the show. Definitely go check it out if you haven't already. And they're all standing in the shadow. Because they all hate me. But it's a really good version of the Prehistoric Planet Triceratops. It looks really, really good. It's kind of beautiful, actually. It's just spot on. It really is. It's got the same sort of crest colouring, although some of them do have a darker, orangier, redder sort of crest colouring. It's just, yeah, we've got that big hooked beak at the front there. The textures are perfect all the way through. I don't know what else to say to it. If you wanted to build a Prehistoric Planet pack kind of thing, this would be the trike to use. We can now build a cave for them using Kaiodenic's mod, and then we could have them get lost in the cave trying to find their salty salt. Next up on the list, we have a Min-Me replacement. I'm never going to say Min-My, I'm just not. The way that other people refuse to say Giganotosaurus is how I refuse to say Min-My. So this is the recent Discoveries pack by Eric Da Baconator. I'm only going to show you the one dinosaur here, but it's worth mentioning there's about 8 or 9 or 10 in the pack. It's a ginormous pack, all with replacement dinosaurs that bring in new species that have, as it says, been relatively recently discovered. This is Stegosaurus, which I talked about the other day in my Prehistoric Planet video, because we were talking about how it could have been inspiration for one of the other ankylosaurs in the show. I've already forgotten which one it was, though, unfortunately. But either way, it's because of this really weird tail it's got. It's kind of got this bone... It's like the Aztec club kind of thing, but this bone frill kind of thing that splays out in like a spade, but it'd be like a fairly brutal weapon as well. And it's just an adorable little mod. It's really well made, and as I say, there's tons of other dinosaurs in the pack. Definitely worth checking out. You don't need to install all of them. You can look through the images and pick and choose the one you like the most. Next up, it's a Spinosaurus. So this is the, oh my gosh, huge. This is the bigger and better Spinosaurus by Dr. Penny 233, Mecha and Wheat. It's still unfortunately not full size, you know, it needs like another 2.4 meters to be 18 meters as it should be. But it does fix a lot of the issues with the Spino in terms of the normals and the skin stretching and all this kind of jazz. It has some new skins, although I've tried to use the animatronic one here just because I think it'll look more suitable, and also raises its size. As it says, it is bigger, bolder and better, so it's now more competitive with the Rex and with the Indominus in terms of sheer scale of the dinosaur. Not much else to say on this one. It's just one of those mods that makes the Spino look better, and if you're going to have a Spinosaurus, you should probably have this Spinosaurus, I guess, because it's just a better version. 2 mods left to go. We're going to check out a Carnotaurus. So, replacing Toro, this is of course the what's been called a Demon Carnotaurus from Jurassic World Dominion. So some of you, somehow, will have already seen this in the cinema because, you know, release dates mean nothing these days. Some people have seen the film like a week ago, it's madness. But yeah, this is the based on one, of course, in the trailers and stuff. I'm not going to give any spoilers or anything, but there's a Carnotaurus, and it's angry, and it looks like this. It's got this really interesting patterning going on with these shades of red and shades of grey. These sort of dark blackish sort of colours, and then the red and the crimson bloody colours over the top. It's clearly meant to look aggressive and a little bit aggro. You know, it's a little bit Darth Maul-esque. It's got really strong sort of white striping. The lighting, it appears kind of like, I don't know, how do I describe it? Like the lighting's really harsh on it, even just on the default model kind of thing, if that makes sense. But yeah, really interesting Carnotaurus design. Anyways, we have a Centaurosaurus to finish things off. Let's go for this one here. It's got a bit more colour on it. So this is Northfire's Centaurosaurus, and as per usual with Northfire, he's basically taken the existing dinosaur, kept its Jurassic Park vibes, but kind of just elevated it somewhat, much like the Rock has been elevated. So this is, Northfire also did a Spinosaurus, and he also did a Maiasaura. I didn't want to showcase all of them, I just want to showcase what was my favourite of the bunch, and it is actually the Centaurosaurus, because I will always hate the Maiasaura, and the Spinosaurus is beautiful. The texture work on it is fantastic, but I wanted to showcase the big boy. So instead we've got this one. You can see there's quite a few changes from the default Centaurosaurus. It really has mixed things up fairly strongly. I've got the list here. There's more defined body shape. You can see here, particularly with the hump at the back, has been brought in the middle. It's much more clear now, that sort of ridge line there. There's obviously the neck burlap, this hanging down area here underneath the neck and the chin. Got a larger horn crest, or a much more defined horn crest as well, and a more defined head shape as well. You can see the nodules here as well, and the general sort of shape of the head has changed rather immensely. A much larger beak, a better defined specular, diffuse, and normal maps, so just the sort of the way the light catches the dinosaur and stuff like that should be better looking and a little bit higher definition, and a more detailed pattern map. There you go. Typical Northfire stuff, really. Just actually one of the ones that I would say changes the dinosaur more than the others. A lot of them are small tweaks and then lots of really good texture changes. This one quite visibly changes a lot about the animal. I want to keep things snip, snap, snappy. Obviously, the big deal, no harm to all these because these are all brilliant, but is this, because it's a game changer. Modding will never be the same again. Insert big shocked smiley face. I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I know I'm going to do something with it. I will figure it out, but it will be something stupid. If anyone has any ideas, feel free to throw some comments in the comment section down below, but it is utterly bloody crazy. So shout out to Kaiodenic, Mr. Troidon, Eric the Baconator, Dr. Penny233, Mecha Wheat, Saber the Tyrant, and North Fire for some fantastic mods. We'll be back next week. We might end up taking a little bit of a break after that, because obviously the Dominion DLC will come out. That'll break mods across the board. People will be largely maybe like bringing their older mods back again, stuff like that. So we'll have to wait and see how it goes, but Dominion DLC is going to give us feathers. So in terms of the modding capabilities, that's going to open up just so many exciting doors. I'm really, really excited about that. And not just feathers, but new rigs as well. We're going to have a Dimetrodon rig. Dimetrodon rig sounds amazing. A Dimetrodon rig that people can work with. So if people want to make Permian creatures, if people want to make things, you know, the kind of thing that Yosuba makes all the time, non-dinosaur terrestrial creatures, a lot of those are going to become a lot easier to make, thanks to the Dimetrodon, I think. So, exciting times. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you lovely folks very soon. We'll be back tomorrow. We're going to chat about the Dominion DLC. I know I haven't really talked about it too much other than the initial reaction, but lots of things to say on that at the moment. Thanks for joining me. Cheers much as always. Bye-bye. There is something else I wanted to mention really quickly. The move tool works on dinosaurs, as you can see. And it will actually scare away dinosaurs. And if it's hunting a dinosaur, it will, or if the dinosaur's being hunted, it will drag the other dinosaurs along with it. So, you know what? That might sound utterly pointless, but if you think about things like my race series that I used to do and stuff like that, this could be really useful. We could grab the prey item once the dinosaur is being hunted, and we could kind of move it along the maze, or along the route, and lead the dinosaurs along and see who gets there first. Anyways, see you later.
Houston, if you're ready, we'll maneuver. Reaching out.